Welcome back. Today I have a simple trick to show you how to transform an entire directory into a single file, so you can analyze it with AI applications such as ChatGPT or Claude easily. Let's go. Working with AI for code or content analysis is incredibly powerful, whether you are doing summaries or asking questions or any other tasks. But getting your information into the LLM can be quite a pain. So you have to manually copy-paste potentially a huge number of files. You can lose the file structure, which can be really important depending on the kind of analysis you are doing. So the relative path between the different files can have meaningful information for the AI. And finally, it's also easy to miss important files in a complex folder hierarchy, especially if you have lots of subfolders which contains important files for your analysis. So here is my solution to the problem. We have as input a folder which can hold an arbitrarily complex architecture, so subfolders, files into the subfolders. And we'll visit each subfolder and files to produce an output file text that contains XML tags. Each XML tag will be a file with a path, which is the relative path of the file relative to the root of the directory, and in between the tags, the content of the file. So you have, as a final output, an aggregated file that contains all the content of the entire directory and the relative path of all the content relative to the root. This is useful because then you can just copy that file, paste it into the chat model, and ask questions or perform any tasks. So here is how it works. I'm here into a folder that I want to analyze. Just to give you a quick idea, if I run the tree command here, you get an idea of the complexity of the folder. So I have a few files and then some folders with nested files deep in the tree. Now I can run my script. So it's a Python script, which is called flatten.py, simple, and you give it as argument the root of the directory. So here it's the current file, the current folder, and then optionally a list of ignored files and folders. So here I ignore a bunch of stuff. And finally here I just reduce the size of the output to show you quickly the outcome. So here you run it, and here is what you get. So you have one file that contains the content of all your files in XML tags. So here you have file number 1, you have the path here, and so on. So now, as I said just before, I can just go and copy-paste the content of the entire output and use it in ChatGPT or Claude. There's also an option to get the output into a text file, so you can just copy-paste the text file at the end, which can be simpler. So here is a quick look at the script. Here, as I use UV, I can define my dependencies at the top of the script. So it makes the script portable. You can run it on any computer. And if you have UV, it will fetch the dependencies in the background and run it directly. So you don't have to install first the project. So if you don't have UV already, give it a try. It's really good. Here, I won't go into the details because it's relatively simple, but we have one command, the flatten directory, and it takes three arguments and options. So the first is the argument, the root directory, which is required. Then you have optionally the output file. So if it's known, it will be printed into the console. And finally, a list of ignored directories and files. Then here I just go through all the directories and files using the walk method from the OS module and construct the XML output. Finally, I print it or save it into the output file. So the code is available on GitHub, and I will put the link in the description. You can just copy-paste the script somewhere in your computer and run it with UV. I hope it can be helpful to you and avoid some tedious copy-pasting. See you in the next one.